Hey guys, my name is Camerati. Welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. In the last episode, we collected all the post souls for Giovanni, restored him to his normal form, and we broke down the barrier that was around Hyrule Castle. And in this episode, we're finally going to be taking on the last dungeon in the game, and eventually Ganon himself. So, without further ado, let's get to it. If I can open up the door, that is. I'm grabbing it, I'm trying to push it, but it's just not wanting to go. There you go. Heavy door, I guess. I mean, it is kind of a big door, so I'd imagine one person pushing it. Anyways. Hyrule Castle. Okay, so getting started here. This dungeon's pretty linear. It's not really much of a dungeon. It's actually one of the shorter ones in the game. If you don't screw up as much as I will, then you should be able to finish it in about 30 or 40 minutes. It's really short. I mean, with that being said, I guess all of them are around that length, but it's shorter than usual. It's not really much of a dungeon. It's more just an area, at least it is to me. So first thing you want to do, and it's pretty linear as well, is go off to the left side. Once you do, this little barrier will come down, and then you'll be bombarded by a lot of bokoblins. So I recommend just using a spin attack to take them out, but yeah, so I'm going to talk about stuff for a little bit. First thing I want to kind of talk about and get out there before I continue on with the video is I'm sort of kind of sick right now, but not really. So, let me see, today's the 26th. I guess this would be the day before Christmas Eve, yeah. I was sitting down, so I guess this is like 3 days ago. I was sitting down at my spot at the table, and my cat hopped up in my lap. I'm like, you know, cat, I know I'm really allergic to you, but it's been a little while since I rubbed you a lot, and I love you, cat, and I want you to know that I love you. So I petted my cat for a little while, and then she looked up at me, she gave me this look, she's like, I've infected you with the plague. And ever since, my allergies have been off the charts, like, holy cow. I don't know if, like, something got, like, lodged deep inside my sinuses. I have no idea. But it's gotten progressively better, but ever since then, I cannot stop sneezing. And I think that actually kind of turned into a bit of a cold. I don't know, it's weird. Like, I don't have a temperature or anything, so I don't have a fever. But the sneezing wouldn't stop, and then a cough came, and then congestion came. So yeah, so if I sneeze quite a few times in this video, which I'm going to try to not do that, or if you hear me sniffling a lot, I apologize, because I know that's not fun to listen to. But I will try my best. But I did not want to hold off Twilight Princess any further. I did not want to miss any days, which, speaking of which, you guys should be seeing this on Tuesday. I did not upload on Sunday because it was Christmas, and let's talk about Christmas, because Christmas was fun. Probably one of the best Christmases, yeah, that I've had in a while. Although last year was pretty good too. I don't know. So I don't usually ask, my family for much every Christmas, but this year I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask for something kind of big. I would like that Galaxy S2 watch, the Gear S2 watch, and I have a Galaxy, I have an S7, and for those of you who don't know, the Gear S2 is basically it's basically Samsung's version of the Apple Watch, and it's pretty cool. It's been really cool so far. But I'm going to get onto this actually, because it's kind of interesting. I have come to play. Yep, the leader of the Bokoblins, or whatever his name is, King Bokoblin, or King Boblin, I have no idea. I forgot. Anyways, yeah, the guy who originally kidnapped Elia and knocked us out. Yeah, he's here today, he's here to play. And he's actually kind of a joke, honestly. So what you want to do is just, his really slow swinging attacks is just go around. I can't remember the name of the attack, hit him in the back, and then just do spin attack after spin attack. Now, as a great spin attack, my hearts are filled, so I'm doing even more damage, and he's done like that. And is he dead yet? Nope. Falling off the cliff, being stabbed in the back 100 times, enough. Just isn't enough for him. You got a small key, so he's just gonna give us the key. He's not gonna die, and we're not gonna get the key from him. I follow the strongest side. That is all I have ever known. So yeah, not just some big enemy for us to fight. No, he was actually a character, which is kind of funny. Link. He spoke. Yeah, that is his first dialogue in the game as I've come to play. It's kind of interesting. I do like that. I've always kind of wondered, you know, what does he do after this? Does he just kind of like ride off and, you know, live in the countryside by himself? Because, I mean, obviously civilization's going to shun him away thinking he's some kind of enemy or something. But really, he just follows the strongest side. He's not really that bad of a guy. So, who knows what he's going to do with his life. I've always been kind of curious. After you defeat him, you can run over here to the side. And I got a little confused right here. And we're over here to this ledge. And you can get some rupees. Which, by the way, that's something to talk about. Is right here at the very last dungeon of the game just decides to throw rupees at you left and right. So right now, let me see. Once I press A, I have like 400 rupees going into this dungeon. Yeah, we're gonna leave with a lot more. So here's all the rupees you always wanted but could never have, pretty much. And I don't know if this episode's gonna be 1 or 2. If this dungeon's gonna be 1 or 2. I know how long this video is by the time I finish recording, but I don't know how long it's gonna be by the time I'm done editing. If it's around 30 minutes, like 32 minutes or below, I think I can deal with that. But if it's any longer than that, then I'll split it into 2. Regardless, I'm trying to finish this Let's Play before the end of the year because that would be really cool. Although I do plan to have a bonus video, and I'm not really gonna get into the details of that quite yet, but I will have a bonus video for this series that will be uploaded after the finale. So I guess technically I won't be done with this series until like a few days into 2017, but the finale will be up, and in my mind I will be finished, or the project will basically be finished. And here comes the season. Hopefully I remember to cut that out, because if not, you guys just heard a really, really, really loud sneeze. Okay. Whoa, and the entire left, it's really just the left side of my face is what's bothering me right now, but I don't know, it's been like, I mean, progressively over the past few days, it's gotten better, but I have like little episodes where it gets kind of bad, so, you know, it is what it is. I'm totally okay with it. Not like there would be anything I could do. And for those of you who are more maybe thinking, did you take medicine? Yeah, I've taken plenty of medicine. I've taken plenty of allergy medication, and NyQuil as well. So, and my mom gave me an antibiotic. I'm like, Mom, I'm not dying. She's like, take the antibiotic. So, I took the antibiotic. Anyways, I recommend sniping those guys down, just so they won't keep inflicting you with damage as you're running around. They're quite annoying. Another fun thing to do is to blow these bokoblins up. You can just hit the barrels and just blow them up. That's fun to do, too. So, it's whatever floats your boat, or whatever kills the bokoblins. But, talking about Christmas a little bit, because Christmas is fun. And I had so much trouble right here getting on to this boar. I had so much trouble. I just could not get on it for the life of me. Let's talk about Christmas Day before I talk about gifts, even though I kind of touched on that earlier. Christmas Day was fun. Christmas Eve, well, I'm going to talk about Christmas Eve first. Christmas Eve, my grandparents came down, as well as my mom's side of the family came down, and we had dinner at my house, as we always do. It was a lot of fun. And we ate lots of food, and it's kind of funny. So, like, and I was talking to my sister about this. This is getting kind of personal, but I'll just talk about it anyways. Is talking about the difference between Christmas Eve for my family and Christmas Day. On Christmas Eve, my mom's side of the family comes down, and you know everybody's drinking, joking, having a really good time. But then when we go to my dad's side of the family on Christmas Day, everybody's acting like a bunch of saints. So it's kind of funny. My sister pointed that out, and I'm like, you know, I've never really noticed that, but that's kind of funny. You know, Christmas Eve, everybody's strong. Christmas Day, praise the Lord. So, it's funny. Just the contrast, you know. But, Christmas Eve was fun. Christmas Day was really good, too. And keep in mind, I was basically sick over these past few days, because, I mean, like I said, it started out as allergies, I kind of progressed into a cold, so... You know, to a head cold, I'll call it. I don't really have another name for it. So, yeah, it hasn't been, that part's not been fun, but other than that, it's been a pretty cool Christmas Eve, or Christmas this year, I'll just say. Christmas altogether. Right over here, if you blow those leaves out of the way, you'll see a little pattern right there that the game will give you. And what it's talking about is these little switches right here you need to hit with your Gale Boomerang. Now, I got really, really, really confused. So I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me fail a bunch of times. I will see you guys once I get it done. Alright guys, finally. I'm going to make sure I show that first a little bit so you can see what order you need to hit them in. Which the pattern kind of tells you, but I just get confused. Anyways, from right up here, open the chest for the dungeon map. But Christmas Day was pretty good. We went up to my dad's parents, or my grandparents, and Christmas morning is when we all do our gifts, so that was a lot of fun. I got the Gear S2 watch. I got Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, which, for those of you who know, for those of you who don't know, rather, Fire Emblem Awakening is one of my favorite games of all time. And it's the only Fire Emblem game I've beaten, but I guess I can't really say I'm a huge... I mean, I love the game, and I can't really say I'm a huge fan of the series, because it's the only game that I played. But after I beat Birthright, I plan on beating the rest. I plan on beating Conquest and Revelations as well for Fire Emblem Fates, and after that I plan on beating Sacred Stones. And then I can call myself like a fan of the series, I would say. But sorry, my allergies are kind of getting me right now. Okay, goodness. I probably shouldn't have recorded this video, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, so I got that as well, and I also got some money. And money is good when you have to buy things. And I have MagFest coming up next week, and I needed to pay for my hotel, my portion of the hotel, because me, Grant, Josh, and Austin are splitting the room, and I had to pay for that, and spending money as well, and food and stuff, so that's really going to help out, so really, really excited for that. And I also have a few other things I just need to buy, kind of recovering from all the money that I spent this Christmas, because it was kind of weird, like this time, this is the first Christmas that I'm having that I have a job, like prior to this Christmas, so I was able to step it up a little bit this Christmas when buying gifts for other people, so that was fun. Anyways, I get kind of confused in this area, so what I recommend doing is just taking out these, I'm going to call these Skeltos, is what I believe their name was, or what I believe their name is, I don't know. I'm going to take these guys out first. I will see you guys in just a moment. The Cursed Swordsman sleeps before the Sacred Tree. Alright, that's a little bit of a hint right there, so remember that. There's a reason why that is there. And then come over and kill this one out over here as well. But I want to make sure I left in that little hint right there, so in case you're wondering, like, how would somebody know to do this? Well, there was the hint. And what else for Christmas? So, oh, and then I got a lot of clothes as well. But that's pretty normal, because usually by the time, I mean, I'm getting to the point where, like, okay, the land where the rain stops, the Statue of Time moves. That's another hint. It's getting to the point where, like, I'm kind of slowing down and growing a little bit. I'm like 5'11" right now. I'll probably be about 6'1" by the time I'm done. But about every year is when I need to get new winter clothes, because I have outgrown the ones from last year, but that's just because I've been growing a lot over the past 2 or 3 years or so. So, yeah, that was cool. And probably the thing that I'm excited the most about is the watch and Fire Emblem Fates. Fire Emblem Fates has been a really good game so far. I'm currently 5 chapters in, and I was looking at the reviews of the game before this Christmas, and I saw that people were saying, hey, this game is just as good as Fire Emblem Awakening. And to me, Fire Emblem Awakening was a great game, like a 9 out of 10 game. So, to read that, I've had high hopes, and 5 chapters into Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, and I'm really, really liking it. And from what I understand, it's basically like Fire Emblem Birthright, Conquest, and Revelations is basically 3 games in 1. So, really looking forward to playing all of those. But then again, it's kind of weird, like, and the way intelligence systems set it up, they just want money. So, which, I mean, I guess it's, in the end, I guess it kind of is a good deal, because you're kind of getting, like, 3 games, I guess. Sorta, kinda, but basically after you buy one version of the game, like if I bought Birthright first, and I could pay $20 extra, so 1 second, door opens where the specters gaze. So I pay $40 for Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, and then you just pay another $20 to get the downloaded pack for Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, and then you can do the same for Revelation. So in the end, I'll spend $80 on Fire Emblem Fates, but I'm kind of getting 3 games out of it, kind of not, because, the characters and stuff are the same, but it's like different storylines, so kind of the same, kind of not, but hey, whatever they need to do to make money, and I'm really glad that Fire Emblem Awakening did as well today, because it revived the series, and the series, even though I didn't know the series before Fire Emblem Awakening, the series is really good. especially, you know, the later games. But what you want to do right there is line up the statues with the Dominion Rod, and then hop across. You know, as usual, I'm not really commentating too much on what I'm actually doing in the dungeon. But, you know, again, that's the norm for me. And I ate a lot of food when I was at my granny's. That was fun. I normally eat a lot, but I don't normally eat as much as I did yesterday. Like, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I had one of those big styrofoam plates. You've gotten everything you need out of here. Now get in the castle through the front door. And then it will tell you that after you've gotten all the keys that you need. Through the left, through the, I'm going to say east and west side. After you've done all that, then she'll give you that little message. Which, by the way, Hylian soldiers over there. Pretty cool. You can't talk to them, unfortunately, or you can't listen to them. But hey, they're there, so that's cool. But after you've gotten everything you need, then it will give you that little message, so which is definitely appreciated. So now that we're done with the west and east side, we can actually go up through the middle and get to the top of the castle, hopefully, eventually. Which there are some pretty tough enemies in this dungeon. As you guys know, I'm not really too big of a fan of Dark Nuts. Well, don't worry, there will be Dark Nuts. So, yeah, which, by the way, that is their actual name. I remember that was their name in Wind Waker, but I didn't know if they had the exact same name or not in Twilight Princess. A lot of the enemies from Wind Waker are borrowed for Twilight Princess. Obviously, different designs and whatnot, but a lot of the same concepts were borrowed. And that's probably because originally Twilight Princess was going to be like Wind Waker, in a way. So like how Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask had the exact same models and everything, Wind Waker, there was supposed to be a Wind Waker 2, basically. That may not have been the title of the game, but it was going to be kind of a sequel, in a way. And people were like, no, we don't like the cartoonish style of Wind Waker, we want a real game, the graphics are getting good, and we want a real Zelda game. So Nintendo's like, okay, here's Twilight Princess HD, look at them graphics. And everybody got really excited and happy. You know, so yeah. Although I would have loved to see Wind Waker 2. I would have loved that so much. But then again, we got Twilight Princess, so Twilight Princess is a great game as well, but I can't help but to wonder what a Wind Waker 2 would have looked like. It would have been really good, I would imagine. It would kind of be like the Majora's Mask to Ocarina of Time, you know? Would have been really fun. But I've been playing Birthright. It's really good. I would highly recommend it to anybody. If you have not played the Fire Emblem series, I would recommend starting out with Fire Emblem Awakening. It's a really good opener to the series. Don't worry, like, don't think you need to go back and play the very first Fire Emblem game to get into the series. You definitely don't. Nothing's going to be spoiled for you. There are obviously references and stuff, but you can enjoy Fire Emblem Awakening just as much as anybody else. So, and I have a walkthrough on that, so definitely go check that out. A walkthrough, let's play potato in a way. And then we get the eerie Hyrule Castle music that I love so much. Yeah. And you'll have a lot of goblins rush you, but I recommend just doing the Great Spin Attack, because it kills them immediately if you've got the Great Spin Attack. It's a lot of fun. And the game just kind of pushes a bunch of enemies at you. You have a lot of enemies throwing at you in this dungeon. And what I recommend doing is stocking up on potions or fairies or, you know, what have you, before you come into here. I'd also recommend equipping yourself with arrows and bombs as well. As you saw earlier, I needed bombs to trigger that switch and to kill the Skullfos. That's their name. Stalfos? Skullfos? Names. Anyways, I needed bombs for those, so I recommend coming in with bombs, arrows, and potions or fairies. I highly recommend that. Although it's really not that difficult to me, you know. I recommend just bringing them in for the final part of the game that we're going to be having. Which, if this is one episode, that's going to be the next episode. The finale is next episode. I'm really, really, really excited. Alright, so, drop down right over here. And you will get the compass. Yeah, and one thing about this dungeon, about Hyrule Castle in this game, is it does a pretty good job of making use of all the items you've collected throughout the game. I mean, not all of them, but, you know, it does a good job of using the Dominion Rod, the double claw shot, the Gale Boomerang, you know, etc. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so come right over here, and now that we've kind of bopped around this room a little bit,